Hello and welcome to this, our first edition of the Ram Jam Saturday Night. I'm Mark Conley, the chair of the Department of Music here at the University of Rhode Island, and I'm pleased to welcome you to what we hope will be an exciting weekly series in which we show you the performances that we're working on, certainly, but also the rehearsals and a little of the behind-the-scenes life of what goes on in our department here at URI. We've worked hard to get to this point, months in the making, as a matter of fact, and even though we're all still learning, I think you'll agree that we're making some exciting music here right now. We've had a lot of help, and we've done a lot of research, and I want you to know that everything you're going to see in this show has been the result of a lot of scientific work and scientific research coming from places such as the University of Minnesota, Colorado State University, the University of Colorado Boulder, and this research is on the transmission of aerosols and the latest scientific safety around mask wearing. We'll be showing you some of the things that we do and the safety precautions we take. All of the plans that we made in making our music and delivering our classes and our rehearsals and performances was run through and approved by the Dean's Office of the College of Arts and Sciences here at the university, as well as the Provost's Office, the Office of Research and Economic Development, and following all of the latest state and university regulations. We hope you'll enjoy the results, and we hope to see you here every week on Saturday night. And now, Rams, let's jam.
Hi everyone, my name is John Monlos. I teach history of jazz here at URI. During the pandemic, I've been practicing a lot of guitar and just trying to get my chops up, getting ready to resume playing some music. So this next song is called Have You Heard? It's a song by Pat Metheny. It starts out in 7/4. And the improvisation is based on a C minor blues with a bridge. Then it modulates up a half step. So I hope you enjoy it and enjoy the music.
Okay, so welcome. This is my chance to have a segment that we're going to call Get to Know. And today it's my pleasure to have everybody meet Audrey Cardney, who is an associate professor in our department and the director of our music education program. But one of the special reasons that we're talking today is because she's also the director of one of our chamber vocal groups. So in a different segment, I had already talked about our choral ensembles and what we're doing, but we also have vocal chamber ensembles. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about the group you're directing, what it's called and what they are and what they do.
Great. Yes, thank you. Well, Voces Excelsis is a group of women at this time that started a couple years ago. One of our alums was wanting to have a choral group that supported women and wanted that group to be modeled after social justice choirs. So we've come together for the past few years. Our name gets misspelled frequently, and it only means high voices. So that's how we came together.
And this alum, I think we can mention Elise Felker, and she now has a job out there and is teaching and doing very well.
Yeah, Elise, and there are a couple other founding members in there with Elise. Kristen Lafferty, I think, is another founding member. Morgan Bott is a founding member, and Isabel McCullough is a founding member. And I will also say that Elise has continued her social justice choir work. I believe she sings in a group that from Massachusetts, Voices 21C.
Yes.
So we're continuing that point of view, that the reason it was founded. We're continuing that goal, that main overarching goal.
Yeah, that's great. And yes, Voices 21C has many alums and has had current students involved with it. So we have a strong history of social justice choral singing in the department. And normally we have two vocal chamber groups that go on. One is Lively Experiment, and then the other is Voces Excelsis. I normally do Lively Experiment, but this semester, because concert choir is ending up being sort of like many mini Lively Experiments, we decided that there's really no point in having two ensembles do that with the same singers. But Voces Excelsis really is unique, and its approach really is unique. And I was wondering if I know you have a couple of projects recorded, and as of the time of this recording, we're not sure which ones are coming up today, but I know we'll be seeing both at some point. I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the two pieces that we might be seeing in the coming programs.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, I want to start off because it'll explain the background as to why these two pieces were recorded. Our first rehearsal for Voces Excelsis was emotional, in an exciting and a sub. Oh, sorry, that's typical.
We'll leave that in.
Yeah, so our first rehearsal was emotional, and it was also exciting in a subdued way, if that's possible, to feel both excitement and being subdued, because we knew that we were going to be singing together for the first time since March, and we knew it was going to be emotional, and it was emotionally charged, and so. And it was subdued because we also knew that that the virus was still a factor, and that in order to sing, we were going to need to follow the protocols with masks and distancing to ensure that we stayed healthy and to continue to sing with each other. And so when we came together, we spent, first of all, more time talking among ourselves and reacquainting and letting some tears fall. And then we sang two songs. One is We Shall Be Known, and a new song called I Will Be Your Standing Stone. And both of those songs were sung to support ourselves and to support the community outside of ourselves about singing, because we finally were able to sing together. We Shall Be Known was a song that the group sang last year. And we agreed that we wanted this group to be tied to the members, to be tied together from past to future. And so we've decided that that song will be sung every semester, We Shall Be Known, so that we can create a thread of connection between the members, regardless of what semester that they sing. And for that reason, in the video, if it's the one that you see, you'll see some new singers with notation and some other singers who have it memorized. So that's going to become a song that we will continue to sing. The other one is Melanie D'Amour's I Will Be Your Standing Stone. Melanie D'Amour is a vocal activist, and she wrote this song and gives a brief explanation of it, and it really fit with what we were doing in our first rehearsal. We wanted to sing something we could learn in that rehearsal and sing with each other and support each other through song. So I Will Be Your Standing Stone puts into song our commitment to each other, to support each other, and to recognize that with the many challenges in our communities, at the university, in our world, that sometimes, as the composer says, all we can do is stand by each other. And it was exciting, and we could feel that intention as we were singing. It's both of those recordings are um, honest recordings of what it was like to come together since March and sing and make music. So they aren't meant to be the pinnacle of performance, if you will. Though I'm very proud of what the singers came up with.
Those early rehearsals were very interesting. I mean, for all choirs, I think, first of all, the privilege to be able to sing together, which isn't happening everywhere, but the experience is so foreign, isn't it? I mean, it's 6 feet apart and it's with masks and it's hard to hear each other, and yet we want to sing together, and it took a little figuring out on everybody's part, I think, and each ensemble had to find its way. So that's great that you have a way to express some of that.
I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you.
Yes, Mark, and I just have to take a moment to say how proud I am of the work that our department, and in particular you, did in pulling together the research and reading it and translating it for our institution, so that we could make music together safely. It's a unique opportunity to have tents so we can do it outside, and our protocols and our guidelines are so well um, articulated to all of us. I'm just super proud of what we've done, and proud of our students for embracing these protocols so that we can make music the best we can.
Yeah, here, and just walking by and hearing people make music in the tent. I mean, we've really adapted to those tents and come to kind of love them, and, and I don't know if we want to get rid of them. And really, I mean, if we could keep them, I think just making music out where people can walk by and hear us, it's been really great. And and it sort of segues into, what you just said and how we're meeting together, but we also have students, of course, who are online, and we also have students who are not able to join us right now for various reasons. And I know you're walking in both of those worlds. You're doing some of your work online and you're doing some of your work in person, and I'm wondering how that works. You have much more of that experience than I do, and I'm just sort of curious how you navigate that through your day.
Um, yeah, that's a lot. So I teach a choral methods class, which is completely online. It's remote, but I am teaching it synchronously because we are making music in the ways we can make music remotely through, and we're using the Zoom platform. And we uh, it's it's interesting because we're still dealing with some inequities, if you will, about the opportunity for what students have on their end in terms of their their internet access, the spaces where they're if they're in on campus, they've got to find a safe place to be to get online. So we're still navigating those kinds of things. I'm fortunate that that particular group I had face-to-face interactions with in the spring semesters, so they know me and I know them, and we know each other really well. And so I'm still wanting to learn from my colleagues who are teaching remote classes either synchronously or asynchronously, how they're building relationships. Because there's a good amount of trust that you have to be willing to raise your hand, unmute yourself, and sing something when you know that you're the only one who can be heard. Because you can't sing as a group because of the latency with the platform. So I'm looking forward to hearing how that's working for folks. And then the other class I have is also face to face, but I've moved a lot of the discussion and the conversation to the Brightspace platform, our learning management system, and that's working to some degree so that the opportunity to speak and express yourself can happen offline or can happen online instead of during the face-to-face conducting pieces. So yeah, it's
A lot to juggle.
it really is. Yeah, and the planning is different, and I'm sure that my fellow educators would say the same thing. The planning is different. There's less opportunity for me to respond in kind in the moment because oh well, let me show you this could take 3 seconds to walk across a room and pull something off the shelf or draw on a whiteboard, where here I would have to change my screen,
Right.
go to the background, show a whiteboard, and it literally takes longer than it would in real life.
Yep. And we're all navigating that, and I'm proud of again, another point of pride, our students, our faculty. We've adapted well. We recognize the issues, and we're working to improve them as we go. Thank goodness we're a department that knows how to improvise and is very good about letting creativity sort of flow, and if something doesn't work, trying again. Those skills that music teaches us really come in handy when we're trying to do something like this.
That's very true. Very true.
Yep. And I know in the midst of all of this, you're also serving as the Vice Chair of the Faculty Senate. You're going to, and soon that'll be called the Vice President of the Faculty Senate, I believe. And then next year you become the President of the Faculty Senate. How are you balancing all of that with everything that you're doing?
I think I'm doing okay. I know that regardless of whether we were so remote, I would still be my schedule in terms of meetings and the meetings that pop up so quickly. But I have had to figure out how to be on a meeting, several meetings in a day that could equal a total of 6 hours. I have problems with migraines. I've never had migraines before, and this is directly related to staring at the screen. So I'm still navigating that piece of it. For me, that's one of the biggest challenges. And then, of course, there's so much going on. We had a visit yesterday from Gina Raimondo, the governor, and Dr. Birx from the federal government, talking about the institution's testing and response to COVID-19, and being involved in those conversations and contributing as a representative of our faculty and our community, and then 5 minutes later finding myself in my car on another meeting with a student is really an interesting experience.
Yeah.
But I'm loving the work. I was drawn to service a couple years ago into the Faculty Senate, and admittedly with some prompting from you, and I have something to offer. So I'm going to keep doing what I can, and also participate in the music department service with the IDEA committee, which is super exciting.
It's all so important, and we're glad to be able to give back to the university that's given us so much during all of this time. And so it's such a great thing that you do, but it's just a lot. I recognize it's a lot, and I was just curious, what are you doing during these times to relieve your stress, given all of these things that are going on?
Mostly I take pictures of my dog. I play with my dog. I talk baby talk to my dog. I have 4,000 more dog nicknames, which he doesn't understand, but it doesn't matter. My husband and I go for walks. I'm still trying to be outside as much as possible. And I host which it's funny because it's a platform thing, but I host a family Sunday night gathering where I create games. We have something called Famopoly that we play sometimes. We play Wheel of Chimers. Our family is notorious for chiming in on things you're not supposed to. So I've just been creating some just crazy things and connecting with my family. And I have a cat too, so I feel like I should say that. I always feel bad because let's just admit I love the dog more than I love the cat. Sorry, I'm a dog person.
We'll put mute on it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I did take my dog to to URI.
Oh, there we go. There's a picture.
There's my academic pupster.
Ah, there we go.
There he is.
Wow. See, we got the interview and we got a gratuitous.
And we got the dog, right? I know. It's nonsense.
Oh, not at all. It's so important for everyone to find things to do to be away from the intensity of the experience. So as wonderful as it is, it's important to have that outlet. So
yeah, I think my students beg for the dog to bark during our synchronous meetings, and he has a bark collar. But my joke is that, in fact, it's right here. My joke is that I'm the one who wears it because if I put it on him, he's so sad it breaks my heart. I take it off, and then he barks, and then I'm the one who has to let him know. So it's super fun.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to do this. This is great, and I look forward to hearing Voces Excelsis in the show and in the weeks to come. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I realized that I didn't name all of the members, and one of the videos has their first names, but I did name some of the founding members, and so if you don't mind, I want to celebrate the work that Emily Ewok, Isabel McCullough, Kristen Lafferty, Abby Mills, Morgan Bott, and Michaela Lane, and I'm grateful to those women for including me in the singing, because although I'm the director, I'm really a member and a facilitator.
That's great, and that's the beauty of chamber music too. So that's all wonderful. I can't wait to hear them. So congratulations and thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these buds. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these bars. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep
Hi, it's Mark Conley again. Although I do serve as the chair of the Department of Music, I also have my real day job, which is teaching students. I enjoy that a great deal, and also serving as director of choral activities. And in returning to campus, we knew that we were going to have to do a lot of work in getting ready to have singing together, which, as you can imagine, has a bunch of special challenges to it. We presented all of our plans to the Office of Public Safety, and also Andrew Mattfeld and I, he's my choral conducting colleague, had a discussion about ways that we could help our students to feel safe and ready to go as they return to campus. We are offering an online choral experience for those who are not comfortable singing together yet. That's perfectly fine, and my colleague Andrew Mattfeld is conducting that, and you'll see the results later in the semester. But for those who are comfortable trying to sing together online, you will find that we are meeting as a choir, but we are never meeting all together in a group. Current state regulations require that we be 14 feet apart if we are not wearing masks, which is a little impractical for singing, or we can be 6 feet together if we are wearing masks, which is what we have chosen to do. And we have broken up our group into smaller units. The first thing that we're going to show for you this week is the humming chorus from Madame Butterfly. I chose this, first of all, for its beauty, also for the historical interest of the fact that it was composed a little more than 100 years ago, 1904 to be exact, and also for the psychological value of beginning rather than starting singing in full voice. We are singing by humming together in a small group of 6. And so I chose this transition from the opera Madame Butterfly, in which Madame Butterfly is watching as night falls over the scene, and she is waiting for her lover Pinkerton, whom she has heard is returning to Japan from America. This humming chorus is the sound of her waiting for him to return to the shore. And I chose this as our symbolic return to the shores of making music. I hope you'll enjoy us performing the humming chorus from the opera Madame Butterfly by Giacomo Puccini. And that's a wrap for the first edition of the Ram Jam Saturday Night. Thanks for watching, and tune back in next week at this time at our same YouTube channel to see more music and hear more from our performers. If you have a chance, we'd appreciate you considering making a donation to our department. Thank you for watching.